Good evening, everyone. How's everyone's evening going? Enjoying your night? My night's going pretty good. I'm about to do this review show. Then I'm about to go lie down and watch American Dad on Hulu. Um, so last night's show was pretty fucking nuts. It was great. It was fantastic. A grade A show. Um, so much to talk about. I only got the hit notes. I didn't put any details of. Well, I put a few details of the main things, like what Hit did, or what Mickey James did, or anything like that. But I made it as much detailed as possible because I did watch it with me without any commercial breaks. So I wrote what I could, I live tweeted what I could, and there it is. So, anyways, Slammiversary kicks off the night with the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. Rosemary and Havoc versus Fire and Flava, Kiera Hogan, and Tasha Steelz. It was a great match. Great way to kick off the Impact pay-per-view with fans in the audience. They loved it. They loved the Decay entrance, so that's one of the reasons why probably it was first, because they wanted the best reaction to kick off the pay-per-view. So that was pretty exciting to see. It was a great match. Kiera Hogan and Tasha went all out. Havoc and Rosemary went all out. But in the end, it was a great match. And we have new knockout tag team champions. And that is Havoc and Rosemary. So that was a great match. The second match of the night is Ultimate X. I'm still blown away from that match. That match was fucking nuts. Freaking insane. Everyone gave their heart out in that match. Just put on a fantastic show for the fans. It was just freaking fantastic. I love Ultimate X's, and I love how it's not a overused gimmick match. Like, they're only used for special occasions, and it was a special occasion because the fans were back. They wanted to witness something spectacular, and they did. What a great match. Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Petey Williams, Rohit, Chris Bay, and Josh Alexander crushed it. The most hit points in this one was Rohit's shenanigans. In the beginning, he could not. He's too. I won't say the word short, but he's not giftedly heighted. I'm going to use that. He's not giftedly heighted to reach the ropes from the turnbuckle. Reach the awning. I'm going to say awning from the turnbuckles. So he decided to do a few things in there. He reached under the ring and grabbed a rope. Now, he grabbed the rope and he lassoed it on top of the awning of the top and pulled himself up high school style to reach the title belt. That was fantastic. That was great. I loved it. First thing I've ever seen in an Impact Wrestling ring was freaking awesome. Rohit is definitely the smartest man in wrestling. That was great. And then later on, he tried the rope, and then he decided to use a chair. He obliterated people with chairs, knocked them out of the ring and everything else. So he got the chair, stood up, and he realized he still couldn't reach it, even though the chair was giving him height. So he went under the ring and grabbed one of those closing hangers where you can just grab things from the top where you can't reach. So he got on top of the chair with the long-range hanger and tried to hook the belt. And as he's trying to hook the belt, I think it was either Petey Williams or Trey that did a missile drop kick off of him, off the chair. Oh, it was Trey Miguel. Yeah, it was Trey. Trey launched himself off the turnbuckle and just drop kicked Rohit on his ass. It was fantastic. There was a centipede submission where Josh Alexander was hanging from the awning, and in the submission move with Chris Bay and everyone else, there was a Super Canadian Destroyer off the awning. Just complete insanity, and the fans were 100% there for it. It was fantastic. But in the end, Josh Alexander retains. Great match. The next match is Myers and Tennille versus Cardona and Chelsea Green. Yes, guys, Chelsea Green made her return. We saw her return at Slammiversary, and she came out dressed as a dual personality of her two former characters. She's Chelsea Green and the hot mess bride on one side. She's playing the whole two-faced persona, which was great to see, and I was surprised. I'm gonna say surprised. I was overjoyed that it was Chelsea coming out to be Matt's partner. I knew it was gonna be her with all the hints and teases and how it was played off to be Matt's mystery partner. So I'm like, there's no one else that could be but Chelsea Green. But you never know in this business. So when Chelsea Green finally came up, I leaped out of my seat and I was like, hell yeah, I fucking love this girl. She's amazing. She's great. I'm 100% here for her run, and she's 100% here for it too. So I'm really looking forward to what she does in this run. It was a great match. Very fun match. I loved it. Great way to kick off the first surprise of the night. Chelsea Green was not in the match totally like in the beginning, but she came out in the beginning because she still has the injury. She was cleared to compete by Ross. But in the end, there was something I should talk about. Remember how on Twitter I said that wrestlers should wear cups because of all the low blows they get? Well, apparently, I don't know if Matt took the advice from me or actually thought of it himself, but Matt Cardona wore a cup last night, because Tennille did the whole uppercut thing again to the balls, and she realized that there was something there that wasn't the area that requires pain. So it was a cup. And the cup said always ready on it. So he took out Tennille and then gas masked Myers with his cup and gassed him out. I'm going to read the comments afterwards, guys, so please stay in the chat and I'll read them. So that was fantastic. And we saw Chelsea Green do a Canadian Destroyer. Now people are saying, oh yeah, that move is completely overused. But I don't know if people know this, but P.D. Williams gave Chelsea Green his blessing to use the Canadian Destroyer after he saw how she used it on Pentagon and Lucha Underground. So P.D. Williams has blessed her with the move. He has not blessed anyone else with the move. So everyone else that uses the move needs to answer to P.D. Williams besides Chelsea Green. That's just how it goes. Great match. One to look forward to. One to rewatch. Great. Next match, Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards. This match was great. During the whole entire match, Morrissey looked to break Eddie's spirit because he took offense to the fact that he's the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. So there was one moment in the match where he literally did elbows to the chest right into the heart over and over again. And then the whole, you know how like when you stab someone with their knife and they go like this? Well, he did that over the ring ropes that I thought was pretty interesting, where he pulled his fist and did the whole stabbing motion where he was, if he had a knife, he would probably be stabbing Eddie Edwards the same way in his heart. So I thought that was pretty fucking nuts. No, he didn't have a knife, but that's pretty much the motion he was using when you stab someone with a knife. So yeah, great match. I didn't like the ending because he realized that he could not beat Eddie Edwards the way he wanted to. So he had a chain loaded to his boot. He ripped it off, wrapped it around his fist, and as the ref was distracted, Eddie was reaching out for Morrissey and then just clocked him with the chain. I don't know. You build Morrissey up to be this doom machine of a man, and then he retaliates or reacts to using a weapon to win the match. I just think that kind of defactored his beastly run, in my opinion. So Morrissey kind of screwed himself in that one. I don't know. It didn't feel like a monster cheating. That's basically my point. So next we go to the ringside and we get Miguel being interviewed by Gia Miller. He talks about how he's excited for Deonna Purrazzo, and he says that Deonna is going to kick whose ever ass it's going to be, and he's excited to be there. And he was interviewed. That's pretty much the quote I remember on top of my head. It was pretty much that Deonna's going to kick anyone's ass, whose ever it's going to be. But he doesn't get to answer the second question because he's asked, what match are you most looking forward to? And he's like, oh, I'm looking forward to the main event. Sami Callihan is going to. And then out comes Shera and Fulton to interrupt the interview. And they go to the ringside and they argue over the refs and they grab them by their shoulders and they start. And then Shera starts bickering with Fulton. Like, da, 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 da. And then Scott D'Amore comes down and says, looks like you guys are ready. Well, I mean, yeah, you have some good points. You were banned from ringside at Ultimate X. And, well, if you want to fight, I got two guys for you. And FinJuice comes out. FinJuice comes out, returning from New Japan. And we haven't seen them since, I want to say the last set of tapings. Not this set, but the last set. Oh, wait, no, we didn't see them until Phantasmo showed up. So it's been about, I want to say a good 2 months. They came back and they took out Fulton and Shera pretty easily. That was like a 3-minute match. Pretty fast and easy. So that was pretty great. But next up is Moose versus Sabin. Whew, this match. Oh, this match was crazy. Sabin and Moose put up a hell of a fight. Moose was pretty overpowered with Sabin, but Sabin gave his all in his heart to win this match. There was a few outside interferences where he tossed Sabin into the ring, in the guardrail. Sabin tossed out on the ring floor. Moose doing his patented dive off the tight rope. There was one moment where Moose grabbed Sabin and battered his ram against each guardrail like he did with the Rascals a few months back. It was a crazy-ass match. It was definitely one to take a breather from after watching Eddie Edwards and Morrissey crush it. So it was pretty great, but Sabin rolled up with the victory. So it wasn't a pin count. It was a close escape victory because he didn't really beat Moose. He did a roll-up surprise victory. So when people say, oh, Moose lost that match, like Moose loses another one. Like, no, Moose didn't really lose that one. He was surprised. It was a surprise victory. I don't count roll-up victories as victories. I don't know. That's just me. Next up is the Fatal 4-Way. BBD versus Rich Swann. Rich Swann and Willie Mack versus the Good Brothers. And as for TJP's disappearance or issue that he's dealing with, I had no idea what he's dealing with. He was not set to compete tonight. He said he wasn't going to be there, and so they had to fill out a replacement. So Falaba has no partner, and he came out with the mic and said, Impact Management told me that it's my decision to find a new opponent. And I get to choose whoever it is. So he told them, no way, Jose. And No Way Jose came out, and on the banner it said No Way. So he's not Jose, he's No Way, which is pretty cool. I like that name. Here comes No Way. So that was great. Oh, and as Jared's point, sometime in the match, I didn't discuss that. It's not on my notes. But sometime during the pay-per-view event, there was a vignette with a post saying, "Long live the Drama King." Or I just gave it away. First it wrote, "Long live the King." And then someone wrote "Drama creatively" in the middle between King and the. And then he used his fingers and swiped Drama like he's tormented. So apparently, I didn't know this. Aiden English is Matt something. I don't remember his name. But Aiden English is set to make his Impact Wrestling debut at these set of tapings that are being taped tonight and tomorrow. So that should be fun. Where was I? So yeah, No Way came out. It was a great match. A lot of people got their stuff in. Crazy shit happened. It was a great match. But VBD did unfortunately lose. And the Good Brothers are now, again, the new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Pretty good. Congratulations, Good Brothers. Next up is the Knockouts Championship match. Now, there was a shit ton of guesses on who it could be and who it would be. My money was on Mickie James. I had no idea it was going to be Thunder Rosa. That was fantastic. I was speechless. It was great. The match was fantastic. Rosa gave her all to Deonna. Like, she didn't leave anything off the table. Deonna looked like she was in trouble like 5 times in that match. It was a great fucking match. And but at the end of the day, Deonna retained. And long may she reign. After the match, however, she's about to give a speech, and out comes Mickie James to interrupt her. And Deonna was taken back, saying, of course you're going to come out here and interrupt me. Like, what else is new? And Mickie James like, no, it's nothing like that. I have huge respect for you. I love everything you're doing, and I came out here to invite you to NWA Empower, the event I'm hosting or I'm producing. And Deonna's like, you know what? You treat me like that. Why should I show up? This is me paraphrasing because I don't remember word for word of what she said, but she basically said, you can take your trash bag and get the hell out of here. Mickie did not take that too kindly. So Deonna shoved her after what she said, and Mickie brushed it off and came back with a super kick and knocked Deonna on her ass. That was pretty intense to see. So we're going to see how that plays out in the next few weeks. Next up is the main event. Kenny Omega versus Sami Callihan in a no DQ disqualification match. There is a shit ton I can talk about this. I do not have any bullet points. Many things were used. In the first 3 minutes of the match, Callihan used a pizza cutter on the forehead of Kenny Omega and sliced him up, like not even like 2 minutes in. Just grabbed the pizza cutter and just sliced his head 3 times exactly. Then there was a few times where he just tossed things in the ring. Everything was used. Barbed wire chair was hidden under the steel chairs that Callihan took advantage of. There was one scene where he pile drive Omega through a table. Kenny Omega used a top rope double stomp to the back of an upside down table. Tombstone on top of a tombstone pile driver, not tombstone, a cactus pile driver onto barbed wire chair. A lot of shit went down that I can't really speak of, and it was a great match. There was near the end of the match though, Callihan brought out tacks, and I don't remember if Omega was using them or put on them. I think Callihan was the only one that suffered that hit. During the V triggers, he put his elbow pad up and put his knee in the tack, so he had a loaded knee pad and used that over and over again. Shoved toothpick thumbtacks in Callahan's mouth while using a loaded knee pad and a V trigger. So that's all these tacks flowing around his mouth with a loaded knee to the face. That's just fucked up. But there was many moments where Callihan did his move and it looked like he was going to win. Like, there was many moments where he should have won. But Kenny Omega battled through it and fought through it all. In the end, Kenny Omega did the whole one-wing angel after all those V-triggers, and Callahan landed hard on the tacks with the one winged angel, and the match was over. That was a great match. I have not seen. That was probably one of Kenny Omega's best matches, and the fact that people refuse to watch it in some areas of the United States and the countries, and some AEW fans refuse to support Impact, just missed out on one of Kenny Omega's best matches of his career. It was fantastic. After the match, the Elite, the Good Brothers come back out because now Eddie Edwards and Trey Miguel aren't stopping them. Was it Trey and Eddie? Was it Eddie and Rich? I don't remember who. I think it was Eddie and Trey Miguel came out and stopped the Good Brothers and coming out to the ring. But at the end of the match, they came back out and were partying with Elite, saying, this is the same thing. We didn't hear any of the audio, but they were just laughing and having a great time. Callahan, however, is on the side, resting his head. The music, the lights go out, and then you see the Bullet Club banner on the Titantron, and you see Jay White pop out. Now, I don't know anything about New Japan. Apparently, Jay White is the Bullet Club leader. He carries the never open weight, which I don't know what the hell that means. But he's the leader of the Bullet Club, and I'm pretty sure he's pissed off how Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers are treating the Bullet Club name. However, he walks around the ring, and he gets in the ring, and the Good Brothers and Kenny and Don are like, "What are you doing here? What's going on?" And he just gives him a blank stare, like. After a few minutes, a few seconds, the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega and Don Callis put up the 2 Sweet, and as Jay almost puts them up, we see someone running out. We see someone running out to the ring, and the feed is cut. Now, before I discuss of what I saw on the internet, there's a reason why Impact did this. It's not because they were trying to miss out on the fans. They were getting fans to tune in to the next week and the upcoming weeks. It's called a cliffhanger. I mean, yes, it sucks that the show ended on a cliffhanger, but it's not an audio issue. It's not a feed issue. It's not a production issue. It was a planned issue. They weren't going to give away something that was that impactful. I expect them to show the footage at the beginning of the next set of tapings. And then with that said, what happened was, from what I saw from Christine's post, apparently Finjuice came out to the ring before Jay White could put up the 2 Sweet, and Jay White took out Finjuice, and then he walked out of the ring, and then Finjuice did the switchblade on Finjuice. I don't remember which member. And then after that, they leave to the ring. Sam Callahan gets back up and tosses out the Good Brothers, and they all run back to the ring. I'll have to watch the video again, but we'll see what happened at the next set of tapings. I'm pretty sure they're not going to cut that out. Anyways, that was a great match. That was a great pay-per-view. Definitely worth the $40 I spent on it. So, thank you all for watching, and I'm going to read the comments now. Jared, hi Cody. Kenny Omega versus Jay White for Impact World Championship. Sounds good. Sami Callihan should get Ken Shamrock or Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston to help him. Pretty good idea. Do you think Josh Alexander uses option C to challenge Kenny? I think Josh Alexander said he's not going to use option C. That wasn't even a thought in his mind because of how important the X Division means to him. Good. Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickie James for Impact Knockouts Championship, possibly. Good Brothers versus Gorilla of Destiny for Impact Tag Team Championship, maybe. Malachi Black versus Andrade El Diablo. Did I pronounce his name right? Sorry, Andrade. Don't know. I only know one person, and I haven't seen any of his matches. I don't know who Malachi Black is, so I don't know how to answer that one. Dark King Gaming, dude, what a night! Fantastic night. Malachi Black versus Lance Archer. Again, I only know one of those. W. Morrissey versus Kenny Omega for Impact World Championship, possibly. Shira versus Madman Fulton, that's possible. The Drama King Matt is coming to Impact Wrestling, yes, no way. Deonna Purrazzo versus Chelsea Green for Impact Knockouts Championship. Dark King, I was shocked when I saw Mickie James return, as was I. I actually cried a little. I'm going to actually put that on the internet. I actually cried a little when I heard her music. I was excited. Sami Callihan should have won. Violent by Design will get a rematch. Joe Doring versus Doc Gallows, possibly. Freddie Murphy might be coming to Impact Wrestling. I've heard the news on that one. Josh Alexander versus Chris Bay for Impact X Division Championship. That sounds like a great match. Malachi Black is Tommy End. Oh, well, Tommy End is in AEW, right? That's a cool name, Malachi Black. That's great. Well, that's the end of my show, and I am going to get some sleep because I got a lot of shit to do this week. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again on Thursday. Peace.